Hello my friends, we are back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about MLMs and my personal views on them. The views expressed in this video are my own and no one else's. This video is protected under fair use. If you go on the FTC's website, it has MLM businesses and pyramid schemes on the same page. This is because in a lot of mainstream MLMs, the lines kind of blur between where one ends and one begins. This video has a little bit more of a serious tone than my other videos, only because I've known a few people that have gotten really hurt by these companies and have lost a lot of money. If I could have had a video like this made that I could have sent to them, just having all of my thoughts in one place, I feel like I could have prevented them from losing thousands of dollars. Selling something is hardly ever the main focus in these big MLMs. The focus is really on growing your team and helping your downline to grow their team. You essentially want to become the great-great-grandma of a bunch of little grandbabies, except you're using your grandbabies to make money and then you're telling them they're not working hard enough when they fail to get you more great-grandbabies. That's kind of a weird analogy, but it sort of helps put into perspective what it looks like. You join under someone and then you get people to join under you and they get people to join under you. It almost is like generations moving on. I have a 6-page typed out outline because I didn't want to miss anything because this is like a really important topic to me. This is arguably the most important part of the video, is my disclaimer. I feel it's really important to include that I know a lot of people who have joined these companies and they are not bad people. I'm not trying to make those who have joined and left feel guilty about that choice. I'm doing this to get information out about a topic I feel has a lot of misinformation out there. I supported some of these larger MLM companies when I was a teenager and I didn't realize I was actually hurting my friends by buying from them. When you buy from an MLM, you're giving that person false hope that what they're doing is going to eventually support them forever, instead of giving them the resources to get out and get in with a company that is ethical and has respect for them. I know I'm probably going to upset a lot of people with this video, but it's something that I feel really passionately about and I really hate upsetting people. It really bothers me, but if I'm willing to put this out there knowing that people are going to be upset by it, it really means a lot to me. Most of the people that I know that have joined MLMs were women who had their heart in the right place. They were promised financial freedom in a company and brought in a hard time in their life. They were told they could provide for their family without having to leave or miss big family events. They believed that they were doing the right thing because that's what they were told to believe. That's why I don't think these people are awful people. I think they got involved under false pretenses. You need to make money, so you need to be promoted in your company. To be promoted, you need to get 2 people under you. And then those 2 people under you are now frantically trying to get 2 people under them because they also need to make money, passing the problem on to the person under you. And that's where my problem lies with all of this. It's a business model built on passing the problem on to the next guy. The problem of trying to get more people to join. I recently, while doing research for this video, watched a video on the tiers and the promotion process of a very large, popular MLM that's in everyone's social media right now. I was trying to see if there was a way that you could be promoted to make more money by just selling product. You can't. I'll show a little screenshot of the video here and a link to the video in the description below. You can't be promoted to the next tier without getting 2 people under you. There is no way around that. Sure, getting sales is a part of that, but even if you were selling $1 million in product every month, you will not be promoted. We'll talk more about that specifically later, but I think that's an important thing to mention now. In this video, a lot of the research I've done is on the 2 really big mainstream MLMs that are on everyone's social media right now. I'm not going to mention either of them by name just because I feel like it takes away from the point I'm trying to make, because I feel like a lot of people from those MLMs will just jump all over this. The point is, most MLMs, if not all MLMs, really fall into what I'm talking about. They seek out broke college girls. Even though I did most of my research on these 2 companies, I have been reached out to and lightly harassed by most major MLM companies. A lot of these aren't really popular anymore with people my age, but that's why I said almost any MLM can kind of be applied to this video. I will start off by talking about the products that a lot of these MLMs sell. It's not always that the products are bad. I do feel like a lot of times these products are really marked up, but I buy a lot of marked up things. I've worked in retail. I know what it's like seeing a product come in and seeing what they bought it for wholesale and then having to buy it at the cost that they're selling it for. But I know that's part of it and that is how the business has to run. Like I don't expect all these companies to sell their products at cost. They won't make any money that way. But even with that, I do feel like they are heavily marked up. This is why in a lot of MLMs, they pressure you to become a distributor because then you get the distributor price, which is slightly less marked up. This kind of is a double-edged sword because you're still overpaying and you're joining somebody's team, which is like part of the problem. I've watched a lot of videos recently about people who were in the top 1% of these MLMs and then they left. And a lot of times what was keeping them going was that they genuinely liked the products. But in the end, they realized that just liking a product isn't enough to keep you in a very toxic work environment that's preying on women. Ultimately, the negative aspects of an MLM will overshadow the positive aspects of the product, but this can be really hard to break free from if you want to leave an MLM but you really like the products and you don't want to have to buy them for even more than you already are having to pay for them. A really popular company called Advocare used to do an MLM direct sales aspect of their company. They completely broke free from direct sales and you can still buy their products but not through distributors. That way people can still use the products they love but they're not supporting a predatory business model. I feel that was a good compromise for their company, but there always is going to be negatives when you're involved in an MLM, even if you're shutting down your own MLM. Do I think they should have warned their distributors that were making their livelihood from this company before just shutting them down and leaving them high and dry? Absolutely. Although I feel MLMs are unethical, a lot of people were depending on that money every month to pay their bills, to support their families, and from what I've read, it kind of sounds like they woke up one morning and their entire business was shut down. It was a bad situation, but it wasn't going to get better without getting worse first. They had to put people out of jobs to stop the toxicity from continuing. It's a really hard situation to be in, and I wouldn't want to have been the person who had to make that decision. So like I said earlier, my biggest problem with all of this is that you have to get other people under you to grow. You can put literal years of your life into this, working all day, every day, trying to sell the product, and you won't get promoted. And if you end up leaving, you have nothing to show for it on the other side, but oftentimes debt. It's like playing the lottery, and the odds are 99% of the time you're not going to make any money. You're not going to become part of the people who make it big. Some people are okay with those odds. I personally would rather work for a company where 100% of the time I'm going to get paid. If I'm there, I'm making money. You can only grow big in these companies by stepping on the backs of others. I know that's a really bold claim, but think about being brand new in an MLM and you're just trying so hard to get people under you. Let's say you don't have family or close friends to have join under you, so you're just like frantically searching social media to get people under you so that you can grow and make more money, literally messaging hundreds of people sometimes, being a part of these power hours where you get blocked by Instagram and Facebook from messaging so much, shooting in the dark, trying to get someone to join under you. And when you finally find a few people, you're just making them do the same thing. All that hard work and all that stress you just went through, you're just putting it off on them now. You're signing them up knowing that they're gonna have to do the same thing. Why knowingly put that onto somebody else? You cannot be at the top 1% of an MLM without getting people to join under you. You just can't. Looking at many MLM hierarchies, you see that no matter how much product you sell, could be thousands of dollars a week, you can't be promoted to the next job title without getting someone under you. Some MLM corporate members will tell their distributors to say their company is different because they help people they get under them, but that's an even bigger sign that it's a pyramid scheme. They're giving you money or compensation to help the people under you because they want you to get more people under you and then have those people get people under them. And if they're paying you to help the people under you, you're gonna get more people under you. Like, yeah, you're agreeing with my point. If I said for every person you get to join and like you help them, I'll give you $500, that would never happen, but you're gonna try to get as many people under you and try to help them all because you're gonna get the money for it. You're amassing people and being rewarded for getting those people to amass more people. Because when you say you're getting rewarded to help them, helping them in an MLM is helping them get more people under them so they can get promoted. So you're getting paid to get more people to get more people. It's confusing when you try to explain it like that, but that's really what it is. On to my next point. It's much less likely in an MLM that you'll have someone trying to sell you a product. For every 10, work with me, join my team, I'm hiring, join my team right now, we're doing a sale, we never ever do this, don't think, just jump, join now. Instagram story that I see, I'll maybe see one talking about a product that they sell. They're trying to get people to sign up under them, sometimes offering free samples to make it seem like it's worth it. The DMs that I get literally every day, hey girl, I think you could do what I do. I see your Instagram aesthetic. I think you would fit in really well in this company. It's never, I think this product would be a really good fit for you. Would you want to buy it? If these companies were really the best, if this company was really the fastest growing hair care company in the world because of its products being so good, they would sell themselves. I have never once seen an ad for Olaplex, but I use it because it's so good. You just hear people talking about it. You see it at people's houses. You know it's been used for years. People really like it. That's just an example example, but the reason it's the fastest growing hair care company is because they're violently amassing people and getting people to join as much as possible, which is making it grow technically by numbers. If these products were like just absolutely amazing, you wouldn't need to cold message thousands of girls a day, like if you think the entire company, thousands of girls a day, to join. You almost never see someone in an MLM publicly stating what company they work for because they want to create this like secrecy or elusiveness. I don't know if that's a word, but they're being elusive about it so that you'll message them and ask for more information. Not only does this get you in their DMs, it also prevents you from Googling the name of the company. It should be a pretty big red flag if a company that you're potentially going to work for doesn't want you to Google it. And the reason a lot of these MLMs don't want you to Google them is because you're going to see all of the lawsuits that come up first thing. Lawsuits about people's hair falling out, lawsuits about people being promised money they didn't get. It's not just like one or two, it's a huge amount of lawsuits. And just seeing the stories of people who have joined and were promised things and did not get those things or had horrible toxic experiences. They'll give you their side of it. That way they can kind of like get in your head and tell you like, oh, well, all of that stuff on Google, that's not real, that's fake. And you might believe them. I've seen videos where people say, ask someone in an MLM to draw their team in order of when they joined, like the hierarchy. What shape do you get? But I really think that kind of weakens the point I'm trying to make. You can draw any company in a triangle. That's not the point. The problem doesn't lie in the fact that it's a triangle. It's not bad for a company to have tiers of employees and to have a CEO and then vice presidents, whatever, like have this tier where there's people who are entry level and then they work their way up and there's going to be less and less positions available. That's completely normal. The problem with an MLM is those people on the bottom of the triangle often aren't making any money. Whereas in any other company that's not an MLM, I would say most of the time you're making at least minimum wage, or like as a waitress, you're making a small amount of money plus tips. You're getting paid, hopefully. If you're not getting paid, message me. Let's get you a better job. It's bad because in an MLM, you can't move up to the next tier without getting people under you. In a non-MLM company, you should be able to get a promotion from years spent at the company, sales you've made, or something other than just getting the company more employees. Unless, of course, you're like a hiring manager, but obviously that's not the point I'm trying to make here. So this next point is partially why I actually made this video, because it just frustrated me so much. I have heard from people in MLMs that you don't need a big following to do well in them, but it certainly makes it easier. I've seen celebrities or people with big followings join an MLM and blow through the ranks in no time. There's someone I have followed on social media for years. She's really big into working out and fitness, and I have watched her grow from being like decently in shape to like absolutely amazing, in the best shape of her life. Worked so hard to get there. And she would talk about the different proteins she was using, her meals, her pre-workout. She was really transparent because she had like coupon codes and stuff. So like really transparent in what she was using, and you could see it in all of her like videos and her pictures, and videos of her taking the protein and everything like that. And she grew and had legs I would die for. It was just super inspiring because she didn't use steroids, I mean, as far as I could tell. I could like slowly watch her get better and better. She made me want to be better with my health. Someone convinced her to join a really popular MLM, and within 2 months she had the paid for Mercedes SUV, and she was attributing every positive thing she had worked so hard for to the MLM. I had never once seen her mention any of the products that she now is promoting before. Never, not a single, not even in the background of a picture did she have that brand of protein or whatever. But now in all of her captions, it's, I couldn't have gotten where I was without this or that. And she's lying to get people to buy into the MLM and to believe her. She's attributing every good thing about her to the MLM. She used to struggle with bad skin and she started using Tula. Her skin got way better. Well, now it's because of the MLM product that her skin got better 3 years ago. Like, no, it's so disappointing because she's getting so many people to join under her under false pretenses. When I used to do my workout guides long before I had a baby and I was in a lot better shape than I'm in now, I would have never done steroids and then promoted my workout guide, because that's not the results you're gonna get just from the workout guide. Everything that I had, all of the muscle and what I looked like, was purely from doing doing the exact workouts I was selling to people. If you followed them, you could likely get the same results as me. I would never get like implants and then sell a squat guide. It's just very dishonest. She had 500,000 followers though, so of course she got a lot of people to join under her, and now she's in the top 1%. She recently just had to go through and change almost every caption on her Instagram pictures to "I am part of the 1%, these results are not likely," because the FTC is really cracking down on her, saying this could be you, because 99% of the time it's not going to be you. You didn't start with 500,000 followers of people who love you and want to look like you. This leads to my next point. A friend of mine, while researching for this video, pointed this out to me, and very good point. One currently very popular MLM sells hair care products, and their distributors make these really cool promotional videos, great cinematography, like they go out to these cool places and film, and just kind of like selling this like lavish lifestyle that like that's where they're living. They're not, but whatever, like that's not that big of a deal. And like they're having fun and everything in these videos, which it looks like a blast. But in these videos, a lot of these girls are wearing hair extensions, and that is fine. If I could afford hair extensions, I would have hair to my hips. My hair is very like, it doesn't look thin, but it's extremely just like nothing to it, super thin. It's always been that way. I have bad hair genes. I would love to get extensions to thicken my hair and help it grow. But when you're selling hair care products that promise growth and all of that, wearing hair extensions in your video, I feel like kind of takes away from that point. I don't want this to sound like I'm hating on women for wearing fake hair, because like I said, I hope within the next few years to have extensions. I would absolutely love that. I think people should wear whatever they want, but you're not going to get implants and sell a squat guide, because that's false advertising at the worst and misleading at best. On to my next point. So we all have like heard the statistic that 99% of people who join an MLM won't make any money or will lose money because of everything I've said so far. Many people in MLMs get people to join by pitching to them with these false claims of you can work from home, you can quit the 9 to 5, you can be home with your kids all the time, you don't have to miss any life events, you can have financial freedom, you can make your own hours. But then when you join, the narrative switches to, well, you're not making money because you're not working hard enough and you need to put more hours in, and I get up at 4 a.m. every day and grind, and I'm on my social media and that's why I'm growing. You're doing power hours, or you're just spending an hour trying to get all these people to join. Literal constant work, and there's no guarantee you're gonna make any money from all of that hard work and hours spent. And these pitches, these distributors are so against 9 to 5s, but at least in a 9 to 5 you can clock out and go home. You leave your work at work. When Micah comes home, work is over. And when I'm clocked in at work, whether or not we have patients, whether or not I'm even doing anything, I'm making money consistently. I don't bring the hospital work home with me. I don't have to get up at 4 a.m. and grind to hope to make money. And with my job, you don't have to have any experience. I don't have my nursing degree yet. It was an entry-level position, and I make pretty good money, like enough to decently contribute for me and Brogan. I know that it's hard sometimes to get a job, especially when you're a new mom with like a little one like I am. I have to work at night because we're not going to pay someone to watch him while I'm at work. It wouldn't be worth the money. So I work at night and then I'm up with him all day. So I do give up some sleep, but I make a decent amount of money. I get to be with him all the time, and when I'm home, I'm home. I don't have to be on my phone if I don't want to. I don't have to be messaging people and being stressed about people pushing back at me and getting mad that I'm cold messaging them. When I go to work, I work. When I come home, I just hang out with Brogan. I can take the whole day, turn my phone off, don't have to do anything. I know this has been a lot. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me through this. My final thoughts are, if MLMs worked the way that the people in them envisioned in their brains, eventually they would have to come to an end. Eventually, if they recruited everyone, there would be no one to sell the products to anymore. There would be no one left to join and no way to move up. With an ethical, legitimate company, you can just keep selling your products to people because you're not hiring every single person that tries to buy your products. You would run out of customers. The point would be to sell product to them. If you owned a popular clothing store, you wouldn't tell all of your cashiers to go open their own clothing store across the street. You wouldn't want the competition. You'd want to sell the products yourself and make the money. By bringing everyone on as an employee, you're proving it's not about the sales, but it's just about amassing a bunch of people. I highly recommend watching KiKi Chanel, I'm gonna link to her channel above right now, and Leah, I hope I pronounced that right, Leah's channel, I'm gonna link to that one right now. They have hours of awesome anti-MLM content. When I first discovered their channels, it made me feel so good because I was like, I'm not the only one that feels this way about this. Another amazing video that I'm going to link to in the description, and if I can, I'll link to it right now in the video, is why I quit the the MLM industry at the top, anti-MLM horror story from Not the Good Girl. I purposefully didn't watch it until I had finished writing the script for this video because I wanted to keep my head clear, but as soon as I was done writing it, I watched her video and oh my god, it's so good. I couldn't stop watching. She talks about how she made it to the top of, I think, 2 different MLMs and how she got to see like the Millionaires Club of one of them, and literally everyone was like miserable and overworked. She realized like that's what we're working so hard to get to, the top, and they're not even happy at the top. They're miserable and overworked because the work just never stops. It never gets easier. It just gets harder the farther up you move in the MLM. But I won't give away any more of her video. It's really, really good. Under that video, she has a lot of resources for people who are looking to leave their MLM because it can be really hard and people will block you and shame you and make you feel bad. So she has a lot of videos for help on that. Thanks for watching. Be wary when a company tells you not to Google search it. Let me know in the comments the most memorable cold open you ever got from an MLM hun in your DMs. Mine was, "Hey mama, I bet you would love to lose all that baby weight. I was 7 months pregnant and only getting bigger."